Welcome back, gentlemen. Now, if motivation is a problem for you and you'd like to take on a new fitness program, but you just don't feel that you have the discipline to succeed, then watch this video, the second in a three-part series, where I'll reveal the strategies that I've used and continue to use to stay on track and to keep my motivation high. If you want to turn back the clock on aging and you want the best strategies for recapturing the fitness and the energy levels of yesteryear, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. Are you the kind of guy that comes out of the gate strong, but as the race continues, your motivation starts to fade until you finally reach a point where you feel like you just don't have the willpower to continue for one more day? If you have to climb on that exercise bike one more time, if you have to eat one more piece of raw broccoli, you feel like you're just going to shoot yourself. Well, I feel you, man. My name is Lance Hitchings, and I created this channel to provide guys like you with some strategies to make the transition to a new, healthier lifestyle just a little bit easier to absorb. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I implemented the habit strategy into my workout and nutrition. And I'm also going to address the topic of setbacks. So in the last episode, we talked about keeping your motivation high by using habits to make good decisions rather than dipping into your willpower reserve and exhausting it. And I talked about how I was going to take on these new habits one at a time, no matter how long it took. Now, if you haven't seen that video, there's a link to it in the description below. So going back to my example in the last video, my first new habit was going to be around doing high intensity interval training, or HIIT, or HIIT. So HIIT is when you do a cycle where you work out for 10 to 30 seconds at full-on sprint level activity, just as hard as you can go. And then you rest for 10 to 30 seconds. And then you repeat this cycle 8 to 12 times. Now, I hate doing HIIT. Every day that I have a session scheduled, I start out by telling myself, you know what, I could skip it today. That would be okay. I don't have to do it today. And then once I've actually started doing the HIIT session, I tell myself, you know, how about just this once you knock off early? You don't have to go all the way to the end. You don't have to do all 8 cycles. Of course, once I've finished, I'm really glad that I did. So what I've trained myself to do is not to stop telling myself that story. I tried that, and it just doesn't work. It's like an automatic pilot thing. Rather, what I've trained myself to do is to not listen to that story, to not pay attention to it, to not heed that bad advice, and to just do it anyway. So I started out with HIIT, and I started out really easy because I knew if I did what I usually do, which is attack it full on from the very beginning, I'd burn out. So I started out at a really low intensity, and I only did as many cycles of HIIT as I felt that I comfortably could. And here's the thing about HIIT. When you first start out, you'll see some really quick gains in your fitness level. HIIT is the best exercise that I know of to bring up your fitness level really quickly. So I started out doing 6 cycles of HIIT, and within about a week, I'd increased that to 8 cycles. I started out on an exercise bike at an intensity level of 6, and within about 2 months, I had increased that intensity to level 12. All right, let me put a pin in that and talk for a minute about setbacks. Although there were a lot of reasons why I would quit working out or quit a fitness program, setbacks were probably the primary cause. So setbacks that caused me to quit were not seeing the kind of results that I was expecting. Maybe one week I wouldn't lose the kind of weight that I was expecting to lose, or I wouldn't see the kind of gains that I was expecting to make. Or maybe it was skipping a workout or several workouts in a row. In the past, experiencing a setback was enough for me to say to myself, fuck it, it's not working, I quit. But I've now been doing this long enough to realize that setbacks are just part of the process. Everyone has setbacks all the time. The trick is to not let them get you down, to not let them impact your long-term goals. And for me, the key to doing that is to realize that no single event, be it a measurement or a meal or a workout, is all that important. As long as your overall trend is towards achieving your long-term goals, and you stick to that track doggedly over the long haul, then you're going to get there. Those occasional hiccups are not going to have that much impact, if any, on your long-term goals. You have a setback. So what? Everyone has setbacks. Just get back up on the horse. You skipped a workout. So what? Just pick it up again the next day. You didn't see the kind of gains that you wanted to make this week, or you didn't lose the kind of weight that you wanted to lose this week. So what? Just keep moving forward and you will see those gains. You will have setbacks. Don't beat yourself up over them. Just accept the fact that setbacks are part of the process. And it's your ability to keep moving forward in spite of those setbacks that's key to changing your lifestyle. Okay, so back to the HIIT exercises. When I first started out, I had setbacks, but I didn't let them stop me. I'd skip a workout, but then I'd do the next one. And then I'd skip another workout, but I'd do the next one. And gradually, they became less and less. I'd skip fewer and fewer workouts. And now, after doing it for about 16 months, I still occasionally skip workouts, but it's like 1 or 2 a month, or maybe once every month or two. Now, I've discovered that I don't hate doing HIIT quite as much as I used to, but I still tell myself that story about not working out today every damn day. But not listening to that story has become a habit. And because it's a habit, it doesn't dip into my willpower reserves. So after doing HIIT for a couple of months, I started incorporating my next new habit, which was full body workouts. They were a great way to transition into doing weightlifting. So I started doing chin-ups and pull-ups and push-ups and lunges and a whole bunch of other full body workouts. And after I'd done them for a while, I started doing them using dumbbells to increase the intensity. And I found that when I first started doing full body workouts, I'd skip workouts, just like I did when I first started doing HIIT. But over time, I skipped fewer and fewer. So after doing full body workouts for about 3 months, I moved on to my next new habit, which was actually weightlifting. And I found that when I started weightlifting, I'd skip workouts a lot less often than when I first started doing HIIT. So I've been on this path now for about 16 months. And I just recently added running to the mix. Now, what you have to realize is that for me, this is amazing. I've been trying to work out regularly and eat right for about 40 years. For all my adult life, I've been trying to stick to a regular fitness program. And with one exception of about 6 months, the longest I've ever been able to go was 3 months. Like 90 days was as long as I was ever able to stick with the program. Until finally, I just gave it up and quit and didn't work out for about 15 years. It has taken some serious time, but I feel that I'm just now starting to make this new lifestyle into a habit. And while I still tell myself that story, not listening to it is getting easier and easier to do. Okay, so I've been talking about the power of habits and dealing with setbacks for the last couple of episodes. In the final episode, I'm going to be talking about other types of motivation that I've used to stay on track and stick with the program. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends and on your social media. Hit the like button and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.